डिस्कसन डाइनामिक्सको नयाँ एपिसोडमा यहाँहरू सबैलाई स्वागत छ। आजको यस एपिसोडमा हामी कुरा गर्न गइरहेका छौँ एकजना एकदमै स्पेसल गेस्टसँग। स्पेसल इन द सेन्स कि हि इज बिन इन्भल्भ इन लट अफ इनिसिएटिभ्स टु रेज अवेरनेस एमङ पिपल। अहिले पनि अब रिसेन्टली केही समय पछाडि पिङ्क क्यारेथन भन्ने एउटा इभेन्ट हुँदैछ जसको उहाँ अर्गनाइजर पनि हुनुहुन्छ र लेजर पोर्ट नेपालको पनि उहाँ फाउन्डर हुनुहुन्छ। द बिजनेसम्यान एन्ड द केयरटेकर अफ इनिसिएटिभ्स because he don't like the word social worker. Please welcome Mr. Namraj Joshi. Sir, welcome to the show. So before we start, let's just get straight into the point. We are here for Pink Careathon, the event that you are organizing on 22nd March this year. What is Pink Careathon? Let's start from there.
Pink Careathon is basically an amalgamation of three words rather. If you're talking about it's pink. Pink, we know what it signifies. It signifies basically the feminine energy. That's the color that defines it. Care is again caring for them. And thon, usually thon comes in from marathons and anything that's long. So we have got these three words together and done Pink Careathon. So basically we're talking about something related to caring for the women. Now it's a run basically for women. Now it's not a run as in a competition. It started off as a breast cancer awareness. Then slowly we have evolved it into betterment of women's lifestyle and taking care of their health. So it's getting together at one place, running, and at the same time creating an awareness that the women have to literally take care of themselves.
Okay, while I have seen a lot of marathons that are done for women, right? For the health and well-being things that are associated with the run. But what I don't get quite a grasp of is what happened, what the impact, what's the impact of the run? What does it do to the health of women?
Now for the other runs, Siddhant, you must be seeing the other runs. They just gather there, they run around and they go back home. For us, it's basically the involvement. They get to know one another. So ours is totally different from the other runs. It's totally different for a very simple reason. Number one, it's only for women. And when we talk about women, we're not talking about getting women together against the men. Okay? It's where they come to a particular place, they get to know one another, and we don't just send them, come on, start, and you go running. No. They stay there. We warm them up with Zumba dance. So they all get involved. They enjoy that whole process of dancing with so many people, thousands of women gathered there. And after that, they go out. Now, we have 4 categories. Number 1 is 3 and 5. Now, these are not regular ladies who really run. So for them, 3 and 5 is something which anybody and everybody could do. So they go, those who cannot run, they walk, they talk together, they have their own groups. So they basically enjoy themselves. Now the 10 and 21 kilometers are competitions where somebody who wants to try that or is a regular runner does that. Now once everybody comes back to the venue, we have snacks for them. So they basically sit down, they talk to one another. So we have the whole activation process and the energy is very high. And after they have their snacks, we let them dance again. We have live music. We have our set of Zumba instructors who choreograph lovely dances and everybody takes part. So at the end of the day, everybody is happy. And when they go back, if we see smiles on their faces, we are very happy. And Siddhant, let me tell you, during that course, we also tell them what is the importance of taking care of themselves. And after they see that, when they see that they cannot run, somebody cannot dance, when they go back home, they ensure that the next day they are well prepared. So that is why over the years we've been able to generate basically a bank of women who every year keep asking. They know the time, they know the date. They still, Aba kaile huncha Pinkathon, and now it is Pink Careathon. So that's how it is.
Now that you've mentioned Pinkathon, we've seen Pinkathon back in 2017, right?
18, 19.
Yeah, you brought the franchise from Million Soman here in Nepal, and it just stopped suddenly, and now it's Pink Careathon. Why did it stop in the first place? I would like to know.
2019, the whole world came to a halt because of COVID. Okay, so for another 4-5 years, nothing happened. In the meanwhile, Pinkathon didn't happen in India also. Basically, start from Mumbai, it didn't happen there. And then they had differences amongst themselves. What happens when something comes to a halt? The founders were there, they had difference among themselves, and they were not doing Pinkathon anymore. I was in 2 minds. I said, should I do something on my own? What should I do? I wanted to come back to Kathmandu and do this because I had enjoyed the first 3 years and everybody had enjoyed. I was getting phone calls from here. So I sat down with my son And we brainstormed a little. We came up with this thing known as Pink Careathon, which would sound similar. And definitely, it's totally different. The name is different. Now, the IP owner is basically my son. The registration is done in his name, so he's the owner. I'm working for him basically. And then we came with Pinkathon. The fear was there. Pinkathon was an established name. It is, of course. And then would Pinkathon be accepted here and without Milan? But luckily for us, yes, it was accepted here. Pink Careathon today, a few people, yes, they still flounder or they have the name where Pinkathon, but people have started saying Pink Careathon. So that's how Pink Careathon came into being.
Right. Is it targeted for a certain age group of women, or it's for all?
Not really. Anybody.
Anybody can.
Anybody can come.
Right.
Yes.
So while you organize an event, there is always any event that's organized basically comes with a cost, right? How do you manage to take care of the costs of such events? Because you say it's non-profitable, right? So how do you manage to take care of all the costs?
Basically, when somebody does an event professionally, they always take into consideration the cost. They have the budget, then the means to get the budget. And when they don't do it, they cancel the show. And that has been a regular thing in Nepal, if you know, right? So that was one challenge that I had. There is an announcement, and then they announce, "Ke hudena." I had to prove them wrong, and I did it over 3 years. It was not simple because the money didn't come. So when I decided to do it, when I basically thought that, you have to weigh the pros and cons. Everybody does that. And I realized that at the end of the day, I will have to put in money from my own pocket. So when I decided I would do that, it wasn't very difficult. Because I knew at the end of the day, I was not dependent on somebody else giving me money and I doing the event. But yes, I depended on the partners, the support system that I had, and I depended on the ladies who would come in and participate. Because at the end of the day, fine, even if I'm putting money, why would anybody come? And that too to run. But I was lucky in that respect. I got a lot of people to help me, and I still do. But money is still difficult to come.
Right. Who was please remind me again, who was the sponsor for the last 3 years?
Initially, we had quite a few brands, but Siddhant, one company has stood by me. And that company has been MetLife Insurance.
MetLife Insurance, right. So, since it trusted for you 3 long years, and after that all COVID situation happened, what I wanted to know is how hard is it to find a sponsor for an event like this that's non-profitable? Because there's nothing to gain out of it for those brands, those companies, right? So how hard is it for you as an event organizer to get those names associated with you?
It's very difficult, and there is a lot to gain for advertisers in this event. Okay. Basically, probably I have not been able to bring it to their notice. I have not been able to reach up to them, or maybe then they have not been able to understand. I would put it that way. I take the first blame on myself. Now, what does an advertiser look at? The advertiser looks at eyeballs. There's plenty here because we have a venue for over 3.5, 4 hours where we have thousands of women. Minimum, I would say, when realistically speaking, I've had 1,500 minimum women. Then there are additions also. There are company participants. There are police. There's the APF. They also come in. So it's always been in large numbers. And the venue is so big that a lot of activation can be done. And everybody who comes to the venue, this is the age of social media. Everybody and plays their videos. They put their pictures. So an advertiser, if he wants to, can gain a lot. But then it depends. Maybe I have not been able to reach them. But last year we did it after a long time. This year I have been able to touch a few people, but I have not been able to make them loosen their purse strings. Hopefully, should be able to do it someday.
Okay, so that was the thing I wanted to know. So off the camera we discussed something else as well. Let me dive a little bit deeper into your inner self and ask you, why did you choose to do this? Why this? You could have done anything else. Why Pink Careathon?
I do a lot of things otherwise also.
Just for the purpose of charity.
Yeah.
And
if you tell me, Siddhant, why you did Pink Careathon, I'll tell you. Because besides this, I do a lot of events. Mm-hmm. I do a lot of sporting events back in Mumbai also. Okay. And I enjoy sports, so I do sporting events. But I'll tell you why Pink Careathon and why in Nepal. In Nepal, because my roots are here, origin. I have got the best of life. God has been very kind to me. But I've always feel that everybody should have it. And about Pink Careathon, I have seen it happening in my house and close by. I've seen the disease, I've seen the illness, I've seen the sickness, what ladies suffer. And that's the reason I just wanted to, it's not doing anybody a favor, but I wanted to tell the women that they can take care of themselves. And how they can take care of themselves is being physically active and living a healthy lifestyle. They can do it because they can do it and they should be doing it, but they neglect it. So that is the only thing that we wanted to. And secondly, when we started, it was breast cancer awareness. I've seen breast cancer again from very, very close angles. And I know how bad it feels to lose an organ of your body. Imagine, I mean, even if we lose a finger, imagine what we go through. And here we have breast cancer afflicted women who have to part away with a breast. So that is, and that can be avoided. Later on, when I realized that breast cancer, if detected early, can be cured unlike the other cancers. That's how we start with breast cancer awareness. So that is why I do it. Rest of the things keep happening, as I told you, the other events keep happening. How do you do things which are different, number one, and which you feel satisfied doing about? That's the only, who doesn't want to do things that are different? So that's how I started doing this. I mean, I should be honest, that's why
So
I
basically, you are satisfied with what you do.
very, very, more than satisfied. I'm very happy. Otherwise, why would I leave my comfort of my home and stay in Kathmandu for months just to ensure that this event happens? It feels great interacting with people, doing things, and doing something better every year.
So let's talk about what type of event this is going to be and what are the attractions of this event first, and then maybe that will answer why someone should be joining in this event. Let's talk about the attraction of the event that that you are going to organize on 22nd March. What are the attractions?
Now, every one of us in our daily lives, we go to a lot of places for leisure or for a change. We go for a movie, we go maybe to watch a play, we go for picnics, we go for parties. So this is one thing that can also be done. And this is something positive. Why one should come is just get up on one day. So all those who are regularly doing walking and running can always come in, and it will be an extension of what they do. Just come in, meet people around, soak in the atmosphere, because treat this like just another picnic. When you come there, it's more like picnic only. So till they don't come there or they don't hear from people experience, they will not know. So come there, have good fun for 3.5, 4 hours, and they can enjoy the whole thing. So that's how it is. So let them just come, dance, and talk about it the whole year. It's basically, Siddhant, a happy faces event. See, it's like totally stretched when they come there. They're all happy. Nobody goes irritated or sad home, even if they've had a bad run or whatever. If they're tired, no, nobody complains. That's nice. So at least they're happy, and that's a consolation that I take back to Mumbai.
Okay, so also you also announced some prizes
Yes.
for the competitors. What are they?
Yes, we do. As far as the competition is concerned, there are prizes, first 3 prizes in all the categories. The third 3 kilometers and the 5 kilometers. The first, second, third would get 1 night stay for 2 people at Dusit Princess, which is the latest chain of 5-star hotels in Kathmandu. So first, second, third of 3 kilometers, first, second, third of 5 kilometers, they'll get that. Now for the competitive races, for the 10 kilometers, the first winner would get 31,000. The second would get 21,000, and the third one would get 11,000. For the half marathon, that is 21 kilometers, the first prize would be 51,000 rupees. The second is 31,000 rupees, and the third one is 21,000 rupees. Besides this year we are going to cover all these 12 winners, which will be a insurance cover of 2 lakhs on one side, and that would be a cover for a year for their health. And that premium will be paid by our company. But the insurance has been taken from MetLife, who's our partner.
You know, while hearing all those things you've been saying from the start, I really wanted to know what keeps you motivated, what keeps you going all the time. Because you seem to be very positive and energetic about everything you do, right? What keeps you motivated?
That's because I enjoy what I do. And I do only things that makes me feel good, and it makes a difference to other people. Like if I do a particular event, I should ensure that all the people associated with me should get something out of it. It cannot be material, because most of the people who are with me are all voluntary. Everybody should feel, and it's a purpose. And when that purpose gets fulfilled, you feel happy. And then after that happens, then you know that next year again I need to come for this. So that whole process of doing something and then being able to do it is something which I cannot even express in words. Because it's like, yes, I did it. Simple.
That's That's quite a great perspective to look at things that usually people don't, right? Interesting. So let's get to the spiritual side of Namraj Joshi. What's it like? You've been closely associated. No, not associated. You've been closely following the lights of Lord Shiva. What's it like? You've been traveling to Kailash Parvat time and often. What's the experience like? What's the journey like?
I'll come to the journey of Kailash, but I was born in a village that goes by the name of Maharudra. So the blessings come right from there, and this village is in the far western district of Baitadi, and the place known as Tallo Sorad, which is again down. So you can imagine it comes from there. And for me, my basic existence and my strength is Lord Shiva. I mean, I cannot think of myself without Lord Shiva being there for me. So it's a faith. It's not a blind faith. I mean, it's not an idol worship also, but it's just a belief that yes, if you do good things, nothing bad will happen to you. And for me, right from the beginning, I have believed in two things in life. Number one, just do what you're supposed to do and don't bother about what comes to you. The outcome, accept whatever comes to you. There's a saying in Hindi, वक्त से पहले और किस्मत से ज़्यादा ना किसी को मिला है ना मिलेगा. And this has been with me right from childhood. Even if I have a fall or a cut I've got many while playing hockey, it doesn't bother me. Because you know what I think? This has been a very small thing. There's a reason why it must have happened. A lot of people say you're mad. And that's okay. It happens for a reason. Now, sometimes people ask me, why do you think spilling of blood is? It could be something internal. See, even when you have blood pressure, I take it like that. It's not scientific, I could be wrong. If there's blood gushing in your body, what happens? It hits you directly, right? And what could happen? Paralytic stroke, or you could have a heart attack. But if I get a cut there, what happens? It gets eased out. This is what I believe. A doctor could say this is wrong, but that's the belief that I have, that even if something wrong happens to me, so that's the way that I look at life. It's been very easy doing that. And I ensure that I do not do anything wrong to anybody. So why would anything wrong happen to me? You try as much as you want to. I said that to people in terms of Pink Careathon also. Some people may not like it. Some people may have a problem with that. Do what you want to, I said. I'm not challenging people. Do whatever you want to. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter, because it has to happen, it will happen. And if it doesn't have to happen, it will not happen.
So, don't get offended by this, because I just want to know, are you one of those people who, think that if anything wrong is happening to me, that the God might be testing my, perseverance, my patience, and something good will happen? Are you just, are you from those category of people?
No, not at all. Why should I even bother about God testing me? I've got nothing easy in my life. So maybe that is ordained for me, it has been written for me. I'll get what I deserve.
So
And I
basically
have
you
to go
believe
through
in
the
destiny.
process.
So basically you
Not
believe in
really
destiny
in
or something.
I accept what comes to me. I don't believe in destiny again. See, you can say destiny. Yes, when it comes to that, destiny isn't destiny. Whatever's written for you will come. But you can't just sit doing nothing, right? I'll have to work my hands and legs. So I'm not one of those, it will come to me. No, it doesn't come to me. I'll have to work for it. And I'll have to be good. I'll have to be nice to people. I'll have to work. That's when it will come to me. Otherwise, it will not come to me. And if I need certain things, I will have to decide whether I want that and what price am I willing to pay for that. So it's not just tomorrow I may plan to become whatever year. I'll wait. My time will come. No, it's not like that. I'll have to work for it. So there are some people who believe in destiny where even if they don't do anything, they expect everything to come to them. Because maybe some astrologer has told them, or they feel that they are highly blessed. I'm not one of those.
Yeah, because the talks earlier kind of reflected to those
I'm not
aspects,
one
so
of
I just needed to clear that out. Okay, so we were in journey thing. We were talking about journey. How was how all started about going to Kailash Parvat and traveling to touring guides to the Kailash Parvat.
I stopped doing 9 to 5 job in 1996. I decided that no more. I'm not cut out for it where I can sit on behind a table, start working. I can work for 24 hours also. There are times when I've not even slept, okay? That demands it. But on a regular basis, I didn't want to do that. And I gave up my last job. And it was a very nice job that I had. Sometimes I feel that I got much more than I deserved. I was not very happy. So one fine day, I just told my boss I'm leaving. But what would I do after that? 2-3 years went in where I tried a lot of things. I did things that that was a learning process for me. Finally, in 2001, I came to it's just at the end of 2000. I had just got married, and I came to a spot where I'll have to do something. And we decided to do travel because I was more related to the hospitality and travel field all my life. Okay, related field. So we thought it would be easier for us. Met a friend of mine, said we'll start something, and easiest for us to sell. You know, two things sells very easily. Religion? And sex. And sex is something which I didn't want to make money out of, okay? So simple as that. So we decided on religion. Now, when we decide about religion, there again, Pashupatinath was very far for us. I didn't even think about Pashupatinath. Nepal was something which was not on our radar at that time. We decided to local pilgrimage places in India. While doing that, somebody came to us and he jokingly told me that, Kailash Parvat karo. So I thought he was fooling. And I said, I didn't even know what it is. We all have heard that, yes, Kailash Parvat is the abode of Lord Shiva. For me, Kailash Parvat was a restaurant in Kolaba, which serves excellent chole bhature. Very, very famous Kailash Parvat. So I jokingly told him. He showed me a video. And he even told me that I cannot do it. And at that time, I was a chain smoker, not much into sports. You can imagine how it was. And I said, why won't I do it? Tere se nahi hoga. So, theek hai. The minute he said, I decided I have to do it. That's what I say. That is what drives me. When you said it drives me, not for anything. How can somebody say that you cannot do it? You can't just run down people and not. And what was it? Going to Kailash Parvat? I found out immediately, and I studied. I got contacts in Kathmandu. I called them up. Now I didn't know Nepali, so I spoke to that person in Hindi in Kathmandu, and he said, "Keep everything ready. Send me your passport copy. Just get me one or two people so that, I don't have to pay totally for you." We got 4 yatris. I think it was 4 yatris, yes. And I landed in Kathmandu. I did Kailash also. And since that day, I've never looked back. God has been very kind. He calls me every now and then. So he's not testing me. Basically, come and see me. Actually, Lord Shiva misses me in Kailash. So he makes it a point to call me.
So do you find it hard now since the borders are closed for Chinese and Indian citizens?
It's really testing our nerves, but I have faith that the day I go, it's going to be back again. But it's difficult. I mean, we are dependent on the relationship between India and China, and because Kailash is a Chinese territory, we cannot go there without their permission. So I only hope.
I just wanted to see how different it will be, and it was different than what it was earlier. The answer.
Okay, you're talking about the answer.
Yeah.
I'm craving to go. There are a lot of things that probably are not permitted to be told, right?
Right.
I may not lie, but I may not say a few things.
Right.
Am I not entitled to it?
Yeah.
That could be due to various reasons.
Right.
But India and China should sit together.
Yeah.
And at least this is a very small thing for them. No?
Yeah,
when
exactly.
They're dealing in
Billions of dollars.
and they're still happening.
Yeah, it is.
And we have a prime minister right now who is known as a nationalist and a pro-Hindu prime minister. And very sad that it's not happening. But again, I tell you why it's not happening. Because a very negligible percent of yatris go to Kailash because of the cost involved. Why would he bother? And then those people, again, they're not making a noise. And the ones who are fueling it, the NRIs, they are able to go. I didn't tell you this during our earlier conversation, right? I'm saying that. They can go because they have a UK passport, they have a US passport, and they are being allowed by China. But if you have that Indian passport, they've already decided. 2 meetings have happened this year, and China has agreed to allow Indian nationals to Kailash. But how they will allow, which nakas they will allow, what will be the visa modalities are still something that we are all looking forward to. But believe you me, the minute this is announced, I'll be the first person running to the border there.
Yeah, getting to the point without getting to the point is an art, and you are an artist.
Thank you so much. maybe that's the experience, seeing so much of life.
Nice. Let's take a break again. So while coming back to Pink Careathon, how do the women, they are willing to join in the event?
Now, we have kept a registration fee of 750 rupees. Now, without registration, you cannot come there, number one. But when we take the 750, what we provide in return is as good as 750 or maybe more than 750. Number one, once they are registered, they get the entry to the event. Then they get a T-shirt, Pink Careathon T-shirt. After they come back from their run, we provide them snacks, we give them juice. Water is of course there, that's a duty to serve water to people. We give them a finisher's medal, which will stay with them as a souvenir. Besides that, this year, we are giving them a certificate of participation too. So these are things that we are giving all the participants. So for that, they have to register themselves. Right now, we have Khalti as our wallet partner, as a digital payment partner. So right now, the registration is on Khalti. And besides that, the promotion is being done for all these publicity is being done by IWART. That's the organization that is our partner.
Okay, great. So it's about the female categories, right?
Right.
Now, we as a male, if we want to be associated with the event, with the cause, what should we have? What do we need to do?
Yeah, so probably you're all feeling bad because I'm the only male there.
It's not like that. Seriously, no. I mean, it's it's a cause. It's
So
a cause
this
to
year-
aware people,
that's-
right? So
We also have had many requests, but we will not let the males participate.
okay, so that's very strict.
But yeah, it's only
Okay.
the others will lose the essence.
Okay.
And when males come in, then a lot of things happen. The event could get diluted. But this year, we are starting something, which I want to say right now. We would be announcing participation for males. Selected 100 males could come and be a part of the event. So now how and where and when, that would be discussed maybe on Monday. Once our registration closes, we are closing registrations on Sunday, that is 16th. On 17th, we will announce where 100 males can participate in the event. This will be a first time that we would be letting the males participate. So the males would have to be a brother, a son, could be a father. That's how we're going to do it. But males will be there this time.
Okay, so they have to be related to the ones
They
participating.
have
actually.
to, and how and when.
Okay, so
That-
that will all be
On
a
the
strict
17th, we'll
guideline.
announce on we have a website, www.pinkcareathon.com. Information will be there. And then all ambassadors and our publicity managers will be announcing it on their various Insta and Facebook pages.
So I have to ask this: do you have anything in plan to do something for males as well?
You're talking about the event?
Events, right?
The males will be allowed to come there. That's number one. Number two, that's the biggest thing.
I'm talking about a different event. You know that.
You're talking about the event?
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
talking about something to raise awareness for male health and fitness, something like that.
If you're talking about awareness about males, as discussed earlier,
Yeah.
I think we do things on a purpose. Okay, we are not taking care of ourselves, males. So they are spoiling their own health, and they know that. All right. So we don't need awareness, but definitely I would be doing a lot of sporting events in future in Nepal. So then probably the males will see that and they'll get inspired. But at the same time, why I understood the context that you asked me in. Ladies need to be made aware because they've always been these sacrificial goats, which they do everything for the family. They will hide their illness. They will not take care of themselves, thinking that the money will get spent or I'll be okay. It's just a small thing. And if I fall sick, if I go to hospital, who's going to take care of the family? And thinking so much for the family, they neglect themselves. So this awareness is important for men. It's important for the men.
To understand.
Yes. So the men need to take care of the women.
Right.
So how long can I only keep doing this? It's the men in the family who need to take care of the women. Then the family is a very happy family.
To understand.
Yes. So the men need to take care of the women.
Right.
So how long can I only keep doing this? It's the men in the family who need to take care of the women. Then the family is a very happy family.
Basically, the motive of the question was to highlight the similar point. About talking about men, it was just a gimmick, but I just wanted to highlight a point that.
So you got it or no? Or do I need to
I
say
did.
something?
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. I just wanted you to highlight a point that this event is being done because they don't need it; they deserve it.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
the
This is something
purpose.
that I missed. Yes, they deserve it.
Right.
They
Yeah.
deserve it.
Right. So Is there anything that we need to explore about the Pink Careathon that's going on?
See, the event, I want people to come and participate in the event because this is not just a marathon.
Yeah.
It's not a marathon at all. We have the races fine, but it's more of bonding and soaking in the atmosphere. As I told you, because if they come there, they will have the best time of their lives and it doesn't really cost much. You get to know people, and after that, you have a lot of things to go back and do because people who have come to events have become fanatics after that in terms of fitness.
Right.
They've enjoyed themselves.
Yeah. And the last thing that remains to be told is the location where the event is happening that we have not
That
discussed
is,
yet.
we're doing it this time. All 3 years, we did it in Kantipur, that's Kathmandu. Last year also it was here in Kathmandu. This time, due to various reasons, and maybe the will of God, it's happening at the Javla Khel football ground. So the event will begin at Javla Khel football ground and end at Javla Khel football ground. That's where all activities will happen. The routes again will be provided to all the participants and it will be made public on our FB pages and on our website also. And the women and the participants are requested to come there at 6 o'clock because most of the times we have problems with the production of t-shirts, and I know a lot of ladies are going to worry me at the last moment for registrations. So for that we are not able to give the t-shirts a day in advance. For that they will have to come at 6 and ensure that they have everything in place, and 6:30 we would like to start the event on time.
Right. So how was you, like you mentioned somewhere in the media, right? That it feels different to be from of Nepali origin in a different country. So how was that experience like?
It was a little difficult, of course. Difficult in the sense because when you're small, you don't know how to deal with it. Once you come to a certain age, then you can deal with it accordingly. So initially, the stereotyping of Nepalese in Mumbai or in India was either of a security guard or of the red light area. And this was stereotyped. So this image, like every other sector is, I mean, we have that thing happening with the Indian people also. UP Biharis are stereotyped as one. Even here they call them dhoti. So this is sad. It shouldn't be happening. And it was difficult there initially. And the best part was, my father too was, after leaving the army, he was a security guard in Air India. That was his first job. Later on, he must have got promotion or whatever. But I was never feeling low, saying that, my father is a security guard. He was a security guard. So what? I've always believed in dignity of anything, including a job that you do. Every job should be dignified. And being the only Nepali there, wanting to be as good as the so-called community, like they went to good schools, they spoke good English, they wore good clothes. So that was what I always wanted when I was young. But it was very hard to come because my dad had to struggle a lot with 4 children. So, he didn't follow that hum do hamare do, the planning there. So it was difficult. And for a person who would not hide being a Nepali, why should I hide? Yes, what are you? I'm a Nepali. I wrote it in my school books. I have that in my Indian passport also. When I come here, they see Nepal. There also they see Nepal. I mean, it's like, you feel, what is wrong? If I'm born in Nepal, why does it have to, raise eyebrows? But that's the case. So this has to do a lot with what I have gone through. And it has all gone in my mind. Of course, we are also to be blamed for the way we have been stereotyped because we have been unable to show what we are. There's so much of talent here. There's so many good things here. So it's basically our drawback that the good things haven't been able to take the center stage. So that's what I always thought. Yeah, we have to show people that Nepalis can also do this. That Nepalis are like Nepalis. No. Nepalis. I mean, I always told people, boss, don't go by what you've heard about Nepal. Go to Kathmandu once and you will see that you find more stylish boys and girls in Kathmandu than in India. Okay? Everything is top class there. But the only thing is we don't stop aping all the wrong things in India. Why can't we be original?
Right.
We've got so many original things here. Be original and reach out to a positive, or reach out to the positive image
That's exactly why we are known as the bravest of warriors, the Gurkhas, and an entire battalion is named after them in their regards, right? So yes, you are right in some point, but
And my father was an ex-army man.
yeah,
So
yeah, himself,
for
right?
me, when somebody says Bahadur and Gurkha, I don't care. Because both those words are of pride.
Right. So like you are of fierce nature. You are not frightened of anything, right? You are not worried of anything. So are there any incidents of you being belittled or bullied in your school days or
A
college
lot
days?
of people tried.
Tried.
They tried.
Okay.
They've never got the better of me.
Okay.
No, friends have done it jokingly, seriously. I have never let them have the better of me. No. One event that I was doing in Mumbai, you won't believe it. This was in 2008 or 9. It was a Nepali event, okay, where I had artists like Sindhumal, Badri Pangeni, Dilraj Fulara, and I had invited, Rakesh Shrestha and I think Lakshman Shrestha and all these people who are doing well there, but with a Nepalese thing. And I wanted permission. So that was during the Maoists were just on the verge of, they had always started talking on settlement and agreements. But a lot of people, at that time, Nepalese are all termed as Maowadi. Any Nepali Maowadi hai. This is like at one time I remember you meet a Sardarji, they call them terrorists. I mean, come on, yeah, the Sikhs are one of the bravest and the most noblest community in India, but that's how loose we are. They did that with us also. And when I went for a permission, it was an open air concert, and I was expecting a crowd of at least 3,000 to 3,500 migrant Nepalese there. I went to the police for permission. He refused to give me permission. And you know what he said? Very derogatorily. He asked me to get lost. Jata hai kya nahi to, very rudely. I had a friend with me. I said, okay. I didn't say anything. I went back. You know what happened next? I went to some place and I said, this is what has happened with me. I need permission. That man asked me, Indian person, Indian friend. Who was the person? I said, this. I said, okay. Do your event. You don't need permission right now. Get everything ready. You won't believe it. You know what that man ensured? That officer who abused me was standing at the ground till 12:30 in the morning. That is what you have to do. And believe me, you know where the summons came from? I'll tell you. Summons came from Bala Saheb Thackeray's residence. I said, "Kaun hai wo?" How? I mean, so you can imagine the respect that your boss, I'm having goosebumps. We do not know how to take this respect. I was doing a Nepali program, right? And he knew what I was doing, and he supported me. The person, the police officer, was a Marathi who was disrespecting us. He was taught a lesson. Last he came, sir, kabhi khatam hone wala hai. I said, wait, the mayor of Mumbai is coming now. And that is how, and you know who was singing on the stage with our Nepali artists? Usha Mangeshkar. She sang Jhiljili Aankha Ma. Jhaljali Aankha Ma. I'm sorry, Jhaljali Aankha Ma. So that is, you can do it if you want to. If you're doing a wrong thing, then boss, then you have to, I had not done anything wrong. But you know who had done this? It was a Nepali person who had gone and complained to the police. That is a sad thing. It was a Nepali person who claims to be a big social worker there, makes capital out of, that's his earning. But he is the one who had put pressure not to give complaint. So Nepali ko dushmano. This is something that has to, so it's not us to be blamed for the stereotyping. Yeah. It is these people like this who are to be blamed. I mean, they'll see whatever we show them. After that, nobody messes with me. No. Nobody. I'm as good as an Indian and I'm as good as a Nepali also. Nobody messes. It's up to me how I take it. And I don't worry people, so why should anybody worry me? Exactly. Fight for it. I have not joined the Indian Army, but I'm still a Gorkha. My father was with the Kumar Regiment. I've still got those things in me. I fight for it.
Got that in genes, right?
Absolutely. That's the reason I'm able to do Kailash so many times. It's genetical. 2 years ago, I did the Everest Base Camp, which so many people, my friends in Nepal, haven't done it. I went walking from Lukla to Lukla. I wanted to do it. I did it. Because Kailash was not happening. There's nothing happening. Nepal aaye after the COVID things settled. First thing that I did was I went on this.
trek.
Came back with swollen legs and broken shoes, but I did it.
That was just a part of experience, I guess.
It was wonderful. At least I did it. I can't go for expedition to the top of Sagarmatha, but at least I went there.
No, I mean, while you talked about the event you organized in India, it was kind of, thing that one should be proud of. for his
Everybody
entire
helped me. I'm
life.
so sad that all the friends, my Indian friends, everybody was helping. Of course, our community also. But they were our own people
Exactly,
who were
yeah.
trying to stop it from happening.
Pull it down, right?
Now, what do you do?
Exactly. There's nothing you can do.
And what do
it's
they gain?
your own people, though.
What do they gain?
Right? Nothing.
And there again, it was not a
some
money-making
monetary
thing at all. It was a free.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a free. There was no entry fee also, no tickets.
Okay. So how many people did
More than
actually show
2005.
up?
More than 2,500 people had come. Oh, it was fun.
Really?
It was fun.
And it was in 2050 Nepali. Oh, what year was that?
We are into 81 right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can tell that in English later as well.
Yeah, it was in 2008.
8. Okay. It is.
We're talking
it's
about
really-
17 years ago.
Yeah.
I have done a lot of Nepali programs there. Huh?
In,
A lot of
in
artists.
India.
The first artist that I brought was Nanda Krishna Joshi. He did the Jamma Jamma Devda there. Yeah. So I have done it.
Yeah. I mean.
And that time there were a lot of problems here also. No? The whole of Nepal was living in India. All the youngsters, out of fear, or they were the party workers who were there. They were all of my friends. I had so many friends who were basically the lower insurgents at that time. Bhumigat.
So, what else do you plan to do in the near future? Do you have anything in plan that something of dream that you have always dreamed that you have, but you never got a chance to make that a reality? Is there anything
Oh, there are a lot of things.
like
Let's, if you're talking about in fields of sports.
sports mostly?
I
Yeah,
would
because
like
you've
to do.
been a
See,
sportsman yourself.
I'm not an office bearer here, nor can I do anything. For me, it would always be things like this where I can create awareness. And I have done, and I'm still doing a lot of things. Those things, I mean, even if they're not talked about, it's fine. But if you're talking about something on a grand stage, yes, I would like to do big events here. Big. I mean, if you say, if you talk about events, I think nothing has been bigger than, I haven't seen it, but I know Brian Adams was the biggest event in Nepal up to now. Local events are happening, but that was the event.
The event,
so
right.
probably, and for India, there could be nothing bigger than Michael Jackson.
Right. Yeah.
So that is something that I want to do here. Just for satisfaction, yes. And you're talking about personal satisfaction.
At that level, the level, grand level, right? With
Two things. Personal satisfaction, yes. And second thing, when such things happen, it paves way for many good things to happen. Because when I started doing Pink Careathon, just a few months before that, Kapil Sharma was supposed to come at Tudig Hill or Dashrath Rangashala, I don't know, one of the two places. And he never came because no security was given to him. So these are things should become very nice. And Nepal can be a big venue for international events. Big venue. Provided we have the infrastructure and the mindset here. Such a lovely weather. And Kathmandu is so beautiful. Such a lovely weather. Who wouldn't want to come and have a good time for some? And good time doesn't necessarily mean you enter into bars, pubs or discos. That's not the only thing that people look for. Have a big event. And I was very happy with NPL happening this time.
yeah, it was really good.
It was nice, and it could happen on a bigger level.
Yeah.
And for that, we need more people to get associated with it. It
And
cannot
also-
happen with just
and
one
also
person calling the
infrastructures, I
shots.
guess, yeah.
And we need to take a lot of people
Things into
together.
consideration as well.
Lot of people
Yeah.
together. It will be big.
Yeah.
And we have to keep away from all these ultra nationalism things that people do against India. That doesn't help us.
Yeah.
This nationalism doesn't help us. We don't need. Why do we need to even say do good things and you're happy? Because at the end of the day, if I continue having bad vibes with my neighbor, then the only option for me is either I'm so bad enough that I worry the neighbor and the neighbor runs off to another place, takes a house somewhere, or I'm a sensible person. I said, "Nahi yaar, I can buy a house, move elsewhere." But can India and Nepal move anywhere?
No.
Never. So that's how it is. And for me, being from both the countries, I would never like any bad blood to be. Of course, not at the cost of Nepali dignity, that's for sure. Because not at the cost of
यो मन त मेरो नेपाली हो होइन
होइन सबै नेपाली हो इट्स लाइक द्याट बट इन्डिया इज अल्सो माई कन्ट्री सिम्पल आई मिन 50 years एन्ड आई हेभ रियली गट अ लट फ्रम देयर एन्ड त्यो नेपालीको अर्को पनि के छ honesty is always there and I have to be grateful. I can't just be mera kaam ho gaya, I cannot be ungrateful. And secondly, nature has not allowed me to be ungrateful because I have two mothers, India and Nepal, and I'm married to an Indian and I have an Indo-Nepali bacha. So it is going to remain.
So that complete package to bond
Total,
two
that's a
countries.
good package. It's a good package.
Right. So let's move forward towards the conclusion. It was really wonderful to have you today at the show. We talked a lot about the Pink Careathon, the initiative that you have started that will hopefully involve a lot of women joining, and I really hope and I congratulate you for initiating this and raising awareness for the women health. Thank you so much for joining today in our episode of Discussion Dynamics.
Thank you for having me here. I should be saying that. It was nice.
No, it was really honor. I'm really honored to have you because I got to learn a lot of new things about you.
We learn from one another. I'm always learning from other people. But it is nice for the event that I got a chance to speak here.
Right.
And all those who can participate, it's good that they can participate. But I'm also hopeful of all those who are not participating. It will ensure that they also get aware.
Right.
We'll try
Basically, it's the motive is to aware people.
even if they
right?
don't come for the event, at least take care of yourself. This is what we want to do.
Right. With that, we conclude today's episode. Thank you so much for watching. It was Mr. Namraj Joshi with us today. Thank you so much, guys. Hopefully, you're doing good. Discussion Dynamics, Siddhantacharya signing off. Thank you.
Thank you, Siddhant. Thank you so much.